No one can definitively tell you who mixed the first martini. As to the right way to make a martini, well, that's been a lasting debate that has been going on for a very, very long time. Today, martinis have changed and are no longer just dry, dirty, perfect, or 50-50. You know, made with the usual ingredients like gin or vodka, vermouth, and orange bitters. This begs the question, how far is too far when it comes to reimagining the martini? At what point does a martini stop being a martini? Just because it's served in a martini glass doesn't necessarily make it a martini. I got this recipe book for a Christmas present. Mulligan's Bar Guide, 1001 Martinis. Maybe we should do like a little mini-series. That might be fun. A mini-series of martinis from this book. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Martini. This is the dumbest thing you've had me do yet, Aaron. Let's just make the damn drink. Wait a minute. It would help if I turned the book right side up. Okay, what do we got here? The Devil's Tail. Ooh. Let's make one. Okay. Devil. The devil made me do it. Remember that? Flip Wilson? Back in the 70s. What was Flip Wilson? Was part of the Laughing Group, I think, maybe? I don't know.
60s group.
60s? Yeah, 60s. Yeah, sorry, 60s. Yeah, Flip Wilson. The devil made me do it. He'd go out and like kill somebody. And the cops would come and grab him. And he would tell his story, and then at the end he would say, "The devil made me do it." And he was okay to go because of that. Anyway, you won't get the reference unless you know the show. Okay, scrap all that. Let's start with some rum. I got an 8-year-old Bacardi here. We're gonna go with 1.5 ounces. Followed by 1/2 ounce apricot brandy. Lime juice is next. We'll just cut this real quick and what we want is 1/2 ounce. Oh yeah, that looks about right. Okay, and just a dash of grenadine. This is our homemade grenadine. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit more. A couple dashes. You want to get that blood color going on. Add some ice. All right, pop a lid on and shake it like the devil's got your tail. And I just got to go get my glass out of the freezer here. Swap that for that. And we're just going to fine strain into our cocktail glass. Ooh, yeah. She's red. Red like the devil. Yeah. Okay. Now, in the book, Mulligan's Bar Guide 1001 Martinis, he doesn't have any garnish for this, but I was thinking, I mean, you could simply add a little wedge of lime. That would be nice. But what if we were to add, because it's the devil's tail, a little hot pepper. The devil's tail. Let's check it out. Ooh, I'm getting the lime, and I'm getting that pepper, that hot pepper. And of course, the rum. Actually, the rum is first and foremost. Yeah, there it is. That's nice. That's a nice blend. Okay, let's check it out. Hell, if this is what they're serving in hell, I'm in. If you go to heaven, it'll probably be like a mocktail, but this is actually really, really nice. If you like rum and you like lime, you like a little sweetness of apricot brandy, this is, wow. I am pleasantly surprised. This is a nice cocktail. Sorry, martini. Two martini or not two martini? That, I'm thinking, is the real question. This is the devil's tail. Delicious, actually. Is it a martini? I'm gonna say...
sounds more like a daiquiri to me, Bruce.
It is crisp. It has a ton of flavor going on. The reason I might not put it in a martini classification is because of that lime juice, right? But I give this an 8 out of 10. That's all I'm gonna say. And like I said, I'll be making these in hell. Cheers.